If I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place!
Let's see how much Al Pacino really earned throughout their entire career. It all started in 1968 with a television episode of NYPD called Deadly Circle of Violence. Pacino played a character named John James and walked away with an estimated $500. That's right, $500. This was standard for unknown actors doing guest spots on TV in the late 60s, when SAG minimums hovered between $175 and $500 per episode. No back-end deals, no bonuses, just a day's work for a struggling actor trying to break into the business. The following year, 1969, Pacino made his feature film debut in Me, Natalie, playing a character named Tony. For this low-budget indie, he earned approximately $5,000. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a foot in the door. The film itself has largely been forgotten, but it marked Pacino's transition from television to cinema. Then came 1971 and The Panic in Needle Park, where Pacino played Bobby, a heroin addict in a gritty New York love story. He earned $20,000 for this lead role. Here's something most people don't know. This performance is what convinced Francis Ford Coppola that Pacino could play Michael Corleone. Coppola watched this raw, vulnerable performance and saw something that would change cinema forever. And that brings us to 1972, The Godfather, Michael Corleone, the role that would define a generation. What did Al Pacino earn for this breakthrough, career-making, culture-defining performance? $35,000. That's confirmed, not estimated. Paramount Studios completely lowballed him because he was still essentially unknown, no back-end deal mentioned in the contracts. Marlon Brando got paid $50,000, and the studio fought against casting Pacino at every turn. They wanted someone more established, someone safer. Coppola had to fight for him, even screen testing him multiple times. That $35,000 gamble by Pacino became one of the greatest performances in film history. By 1973, everything changed. Pacino starred in Scarecrow as Francis Lionel Lion Del Bucci, earning an estimated $100,000. This was post-Godfather momentum, and suddenly he was worth real money. The same year, he played Frank Serpico in Serpico, pulling in $150,000. The film grossed $30 million, and while there's no confirmed back-end deal, industry insiders suggest bonuses were likely. What's fascinating about Serpico is that Pacino actually met with the real Frank Serpico multiple times to prepare, and Serpico later said Pacino captured something about him that he didn't even recognize in himself. 1974 brought The Godfather Part 2, and this time, Pacino wasn't getting lowballed. He earned $500,000 up front, plus 10% of the gross after the film broke even. With the movie making $193 million worldwide, Pacino walked away with approximately $30 million total from back-end deals. This was confirmed. This single film changed his entire financial life. The sequel is considered by many critics to be even better than the original, something almost unheard of in cinema. In 1975, Pacino starred in Dog Day Afternoon as Sonny Wartzik, earning an estimated $300,000. The film grossed $50 million, so bonuses were definitely possible. Here's a wild fact: the famous Attica scene wasn't in the original script. Pacino improvised it based on actual chants from the Attica prison riots, and it became one of the most iconic moments in 70s cinema. The film was based on a real bank robbery that happened just a few years earlier. Deerfield in 1977, a studio drama where he played a Formula One race car driver. This was aligned with his post-Godfather Part 2 tier, though the film itself didn't make much impact. That same year, there was The Godfather Saga, a TV miniseries that recut the first two Godfather films in chronological order with some additional footage. Pacino earned an estimated $100,000 for minimal new work, essentially residual-style pay. By 1979, Pacino was commanding seven figures, and Justice for All paid him an estimated $1 million, and he received another Oscar nomination. The film grossed $30 million, suggesting bonuses were likely. This was the film with the famous "You're out of order" courtroom speech that became endlessly quoted and parodied. Then came 1980 and Cruising, where Pacino earned $1 million confirmed. But here's the twist: he donated his entire salary to charity. The film was controversial for its depiction of the gay community, and there were massive protests during filming. Pacino felt conflicted about the project and gave away every penny. It remains one of the most debated films of his career. In 1982, Author paid him $2 million for a comedy that flopped. This was the going rate for 80s stars, but the film didn't connect with audiences. Then 1983 brought Scarface, where Pacino played Tony Montana for an estimated $1,500,000. The film initially received mixed reviews but grossed $66 million in possible bonuses. What most people don't realize is that Scarface was initially panned by critics and audiences found it too violent. It only became a cultural phenomenon years later, particularly in hip-hop culture. Now it's considered one of Pacino's Pacino's most iconic roles. By 1985, Pacino starred in Revolution, a big-budget historical epic about the American Revolution, earning $3 million. The film was a massive flop both critically and commercially, and Pacino later said it nearly made him quit acting altogether. He took a 4-year break from film after this disaster. His comeback in 1989 with Sea of Love earned him $4 million. The film grossed $58 million, making bonuses likely, and it reminded Hollywood why Pacino was a star. The chemistry between Pacino and Ellen Barkin was electric, and critics praised his return to form. In 1990, Pacino had 3 films. First was The Local Stigmatic, an indie passion project where he earned just $500,000. Then came Dick Tracy, where he played villain Big Boy Caprice for $3 million. The film grossed $162 million, and he received an Oscar nomination for the role. Warren Beatty directed and starred, and Pacino stole every scene with his over-the-top performance. That same year, The Godfather Part 3 paid him $5 million confirmed. Francis Ford Coppola originally wanted to pay him over $10 million, but Pacino negotiated down because he wanted the film to get made. The movie grossed $137 million, implying bonuses were likely. 1991's Frankie and Johnny earned him $4 million for playing a romantic lead opposite Michelle Pfeiffer. The film was based on a stage play, and Pacino brought a gentle vulnerability to the role. In 1992, he did Glengarry Glen Ross for $1,500,000 confirmed. This was lower pay for prestige, working with an ensemble cast including Alec Baldwin, Ed Harris, and Kevin Spacey. The film is considered one of the best ensemble performances in cinema, adapted from David Mamet's Pulitzer Prize-winning play. That same year, 1992, Pacino played Lieutenant Colonel Frank Slade in Scent of a Woman for an estimated $3 million. The film grossed $134 million, suggesting bonuses, and this was the role that finally won him his first and only Oscar for Best Actor. After 7 previous nominations, the Academy finally recognized him. His hoo-ah catchphrase and tango scene became legendary. In 1993, Carlito's Way paid him $6 million confirmed. This crime drama reunited him with Brian De Palma and was a hit with possible bonuses. De Palma and Pacino had previously worked together on Scarface, and this felt like a spiritual successor. The film has gained a cult following over the years. By 1995, Pacino earned $1 million for Two Bits, a small role in a lesser-known film. But that same year, Heat paid him an estimated $8 million. This was the film everyone was waiting for. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro finally sharing significant screen time together. The film grossed $187 million. De Niro got comparable pay, and their famous coffee shop scene has been studied in film schools ever since. Remarkably, despite both being in The Godfather Part 2, they never shared a scene in that film. 1996 saw 2 films. Looking for Richard, which Pacino directed himself, paid him an estimated $1 million for this passion project documentary about Shakespeare's Richard III. Then City Hall earned him $5 million for a political drama that received modest attention. The big money continued in 1997. Donnie Brasco paid him an estimated $10 million. The film grossed $125 million, suggesting bonuses, and his chemistry with Johnny Depp was praised by critics. Then came The Devil's Advocate, where he earned $12 million estimated. Here's a crazy behind-the-scenes fact. Keanu Reeves cut his own pay to afford Pacino's salary because he wanted him in the film so badly. Pacino then donated a portion of his salary to charity. The film grossed $153 million, making bonuses likely. In 1999, Pacino starred in The Insider for $10 million, earning another Oscar nomination. That same year, Any Given Sunday also paid him $10 million for Oliver Stone's sports drama. The film grossed $100 million, suggesting bonuses were likely. The locker room speeches Pacino delivered in this film became iconic motivational moments. The new millennium started with Chinese Coffee in 2000, an indie film Pacino directed for an estimated $1 million. Then came a trio of films in 2002. Insomnia, directed by Christopher Nolan, paid him $11 million confirmed, and the film grossed $113 million, making bonuses possible. Simone, another 2002 release, also paid $11 million confirmed, though the sci-fi film flopped. And People I Know earned him $5 million for a mid-tier drama. In 2003, Pacino had 4 projects. The Recruit paid $10 million, a spy thriller that grossed $101 million. Giggly, the infamous Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez flop, paid him $5 million for essentially a cameo. Then Angels in America, the HBO miniseries, earned him $5 million and an Emmy win. Finally, The Merchant of Venice paid $5 million for his portrayal of Shylock, which generated awards buzz. 2005's Two for the Money earned him $8 million for a sports gambling drama. Then 2007 was a big year with 3 films. 88 Minutes paid $10 million for a thriller. Ocean's 13 also paid $10 million, and the ensemble blockbuster grossed $311 million, making bonuses highly likely. That same year, Pacino did a voice cameo on The Simpsons, playing himself for an estimated $50,000, which was basically SAG scale for guest voices. Righteous Kill in 2008 reunited Pacino with De Niro, paying him $10 million, though the crime film flopped. In 2010, You Don't Know Jack was an HBO movie paying $10 million confirmed, and Pacino won another Emmy playing Jack Kevorkian. The performance was haunting and controversial, just like Kevorkian himself. 2011 brought 3 projects. The Son of No One paid $5 million for an indie thriller. Then came Jack and Jill, the notorious Adam Sandler comedy where Pacino played himself for $10 million. He won a Razzie for this, which many consider the low point of his career, but hey, $10 million is $10 million. Will Day Salome, which he directed, paid an estimated $2 million. In 2012, Stand Up Guys earned $5 million for a comedy drama. Then 2013 had 2 projects. Phil Spector, an HBO movie paying $10 million confirmed, and Salome, a limited release adaptation paying $2 million. By 2014, Pacino did 2 indie films. Manglehorn paid $2 million, and The Humbling also paid $2 million. In 2015, Danny Collins earned him $3 million for a comedy drama inspired by John Lennon writing a letter to a folk singer. The mid-2010s saw several smaller projects. Misconduct in 2016 paid $2 million. In 2017, Hangman paid $2 million, and The Pirates of Somalia also paid $2 million. Then 2018 brought another HBO movie, Paterno, paying $10 million confirmed for his portrayal of the disgraced Penn State coach. 2019 was huge. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood paid $5 million estimated, though Pacino himself wrote in his memoir that he was underpaid for this prestige Tarantino role. The film grossed $377 million, so bonuses were possible. Then came The Irishman, Martin Scorsese's Netflix epic, paying Pacino $20 million confirmed. No traditional back end since it was streaming, but $20 million upfront for a 3.5-hour crime saga where he played Jimmy Hoffa. The de-aging technology used in this film cost millions and became a major talking point. From 2020 to 2023, Pacino starred in the Amazon series Hunters as Meyer Offerman, earning an estimated $10 million total across 2 seasons, roughly $5 million per season. In 2021, American Trader: The Trial of Axis Sally paid $3 million, and House of Gucci earned $10 million estimated. The ensemble film grossed $239 million, suggesting bonuses were likely, and Pacino's portrayal of Aldo Gucci was praised for bringing warmth to the dysfunctional family drama. His most recent projects include Knox Goes Away in 2023, paying $3 million, and Modi, 3 Days on the Wing of Madness in 2024, also paying $3 million for this indie film. So let's add it all up. From that first $500 television appearance in 1968 to his multi-million-dollar projects today, Al Pacino's confirmed and estimated career earnings come to approximately $330 million. That's not accounting for inflation, residuals from streaming, or various endorsement deals and investments. We're talking about raw salaries paid at production time across 56 years of work.